Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to look at how to do mind mapping. Mind mapping कैसे करते हैं उसके बारे में इस वीडियो में पढ़ेंगे with the help of examples so that it's easier for you and also to understand कि examination में इसको किस तरह से attempt करना है. तो पहले समझते हैं कि mind mapping आखिर में होता क्या है. So obviously you're not going to be asked the definition, but समझना जरूरी है so that you understand what exactly you are getting into. और माइंड मैपिंग, माइंड मैप्स का इस्तेमाल नोट्स बनाने में काफी हद तक होता है बिकॉज दे मेक इट इजी. और मैं हमेशा विजुअल मेमोरी के बारे में बात करता हूं. विजुअल मेमोरी का मतलब यह है कि अगर आप एक सर्कल में या एक बार चार्ट में या एक पाई चार्ट में या किसी भी तरह से एक माइंड मैप क्रिएट कर लेते हैं या पेड़ के ब्रांचेस के रूप में, सो उस तरह के विजुअल मेमोरी से को उससे सहायता मिलती है. यू विल बी एबल टू रिकॉल लेटर ऑन इन द एग्जामिनेशन दैट on the right hand side of the page, on the left bottom of the page, I made this particular diagram mind map and that's how I would recall it. Okay, and mind map में कभी भी पूरे sentences नहीं लिखे जाते हैं, छोटे छोटे शब्दों का इस्तेमाल होता है which are like codes for you. Okay, so it is basically a diagram which is used to visually convey. मैंने अभी बात की ना विजुअल मेमोरी की, so that जो भी आपको याद रखने में आपको आसानी हो, visual memory to visually convey and organize information. So the information is organized instead of reading from a big fat textbook. अगर आप उसी चीज को एक छोटी चीज में आप सीमित करके आप उसको पढ़ें तो आपको उससे आसानी होगी याद रखने में, in order to retain and remember it during the examination. Now just like in a tree which leads to branches, आप अभी मेरे को ड्राइंग करने में मुश्किल होती है. So if you have branches like this, right, a tree branches, so if in each one of them you write one point, it becomes easier for you to recall. So just like in a tree which leads to branches, a mind map in a tree like design, it shows the relationship between the branches and the main trunk. Okay, this central idea. So this is like the central idea and these are the different branches of the tree. We will take examples so that it will be easy for you. So you have the main or the central idea, and that can be further divided into different headings and subheadings and subpoints. Okay. As I said, please note you will not write in full sentences, but only point format. So let's organize. Let's take examples ताकि example से आपको समझने में आसानी होगी. Let's organize a mind map कि आपके कॉलेज का फेयरवेल का पार्टी होने वाला है. You are one of the organizers for that farewell party. What are all the things that you need to bear in mind? Now, one thing that could be you write full paragraphs. That will be very tedious and very difficult to understand later on. Instead, if you create a mind map, it will be very easy for everyone, every member of that farewell organizing committee to understand what is it that has been decided upon. So what will be the different elements? There will be the elements of invitation, party kahan karni hai, what food to organize, what kind of decoration you need to have, what kind of gifts you want to give to your seniors, what kind of music will be played, which will be the place where the farewell party will be organized, right? Uske baad there will be things like who will you invite, right? Because you will also invite some professors, some members of the administrative department of your college. Then the food ka details, what kind of activities. So you can make all this either in the form of a box or a circle, and that's a way to make the notes interesting. So let's do that. I've given space here so that you can I can make it out here. Okay, so here you have the central idea, that is the farewell party. My handwriting with this pen may not be very great, so please bear with me. Okay, so now what are the different elements that we thought of? First one, we thought of invitation. Right? Now, invitations ke andar, you will make subgroups in that to the seniors, teachers, then you will have the admin staff, which will also include your principal, your other staff members who may not be teachers, but who may be helping in the entire teaching process, right? So juniors ka to obviously every junior of member of your class is invited. So these are the invitation to. Then next comes the the party ka thing. Let's talk about the venue, right? So somebody has to arrange for the venue, right? This will be the, let's say, the auditorium, right? Auditorium is where you're going to have the uh, party. Then we'll have to talk about the food, right? The food. Now, food may, you need to talk about what kind of colas you will have, because obviously you're not going to have hard drinks at a college party. Then food may, whether there will be some Indian food, then there will be maybe Chinese, maybe some continental food, right? So all that will come under food, right? Then there will be, what will be the other element? The decoration, right? Decoration may, you need to talk about the stage, the backdrop. Somebody will have to take charge of this thing, of arranging that thing. See, in each one of them, when you are assigning responsibilities, of course, in this kind of a mind map, you will not need to. But in each one of them, I'm just giving an example, like drinks ka. Okay, Ajay is going to take charge of that. The Indian food, whichever catering company is going to charge. So in each one of them, who will invite the seniors? So you can also assign responsibilities to each member of the organizing committee. So stage ka decoration, then ho gaya the chairs. That the chairs, you can say that, whichever tent house or somebody who you will be assigning the responsibility of arranging the chairs. But of course, if it is inside the auditorium, there will be fixed chairs in any case, right? Then you will talk, and a decoration may, you can also talk about, any kind of bouquets, etc., that you need to give. That also come as part of decoration. And hospitality, you can make it decoration and hospitality. You can include it in that. Okay. Then you will have things like gifts, because agar you are giving the farewell party to the seniors, see each one of them, this also you can put it in a box. This also can go into a box. Okay, my thing is not very neat because I'm doing it with this kind of a pen, but you can make it, it's quite clear. I mean, I'm assuming. Gifts may, you can talk about, it's quite possible that you may want to give the girl students one kind of gifts. You may want to give the boy student, the male students, another kind of gifts. So that can be divided. Okay, there are 20 girls and 24 boys, or whatever be the number. You can have the thing of these many numbers you will have. So it will give you a very clear idea about who is going to take care of that. Then you will have the thing of music, obviously very important, right? What kind of music will be there? The DJ, then the what do you call it? The instruments, if you are going to have live music, or you will have the DJ taking care of that. Then the venue is already spoken about, right? Then you will have things like activities. Obviously, कि सिर्फ फेयरवेल फंक्शन ऑर्गेनाइज करने से नहीं होगा ना, कि क्या क्या एक्टिविटीज होंगी. सो उसमें who will make the speeches, who all will speak, right? Then you will have things like skits, for the function, the songs, maybe another one like dance. So all the activities, etc., you will make it. So this is how you make an elaborate mind map in order to organize the farewell party. I hope this is clear. Can we move ahead? You can take a screenshot if you want. Otherwise, I think it's pretty clear. Okay. Isko farewell party. Now, the next question, I've, I think, written 4 or 5 questions. Develop a mind map that will help the organizing committee plan the annual sports day. Okay. So, isme, what will be the different elements that you will talk about when it comes to the sports day? Let's do that. So, the first one, you write it in the center, annual sports day, right? So, you come on this, then you will, what are the things that you will speak about? What are the different kind of sports? One will be the outdoor sports, Outdoor sports, usme you will have things like volleyball, right? You will have things like cricket. You will have things like football. These will be the outdoor games that you will talk about, right? There could be indoor games also, right? Uh, Indoor games may you can talk about which will be held inside. One will be badminton, one will be basketball. You could have in the outdoor games things like kho also. That's entirely up to you. Um, this will be also, or you could also divide it into different ways. I have divided as indoor and outdoor. You can also divide it into individual sports or team sports. Entirely up to you. I've given you that option also in above this. Okay, then you will have to organize who will be your chief guest, because someone has to be your chief guest to inaugurate the event, the annual sports day, give away the prizes. So the annual chief guest, so iske inke liye you will have to organize the bouquet. You will have to organize some kind of you give some kind of a gift to the uh, chief guest who arrives, right? So that is again something which you will have to organize. Then you will have to organize the prizes and medals. This is very important. Okay, कि कितने prizes, कितने events में कितने prizes have to be given for that. उसमें you need to talk about, if you are giving medals, you need to talk about how many gold medals, how many silver medals, how many bronze medals. So all that also has to be organized. Then you will have to talk about the decoration, and decoration will also include the markings on the field. If you're talking about things like, say, athletics, right? So the tracks which have to be drawn. In case of a football, the lines have to be drawn. Same goes for cricket. So decoration also of the stage and on the field. So all that will come as part of the mind map for the annual sports day. I hope yahan tak clear hai. Iska screenshot le lo in order to remember this. Okay. Let's move ahead. The third one, your friend is this came in one of the pre-board examinations of one of the students. So one student had sent this to me asking for how it is to be done. So your friend is feeling low and depressed. Create uh, an empathy map to help you have clarity about his or her problem so that you can help your friend. So how do you exactly go about doing this? Now, empathy map means to show some kind of kindness. So I have written the basic points out here, but I will make it out here so that it's easy for you. It's a little complicated, but it's challenging. See, so farewell function, annual sports day are one kind. So isme you will make it, since you're talking about your friend's empathy map, my friends empathy map. So this is what I had told to that student. So how do I deal with something like this? Now, this is almost like, you are not a qualified psychologist or a psychiatrist, but you're trying to help your friend deal with a slightly difficult situation. हो सकता है कि there could have been some bereavement in her family or his family, or he or she may have failed in the examination, or somebody may be bullying him or her. So what you need to know is to understand. The first thing that you need to do is to understand the reasons for why that could happen. And here you could talk about different kind of reasons why the person may be depressed. Bereavement. It could be a case of failure in examination if you're talking of a fellow student, right? So it could be different thing: bullying, harassment, bereavement, failure in exams, whatever, right? Then you need to talk about your own strategy. Now you're developing your own strategy. So this thing, I'll call this as strategy. So उसमें क्या होगा? You could do that by kind of lightening the atmosphere by cracking jokes. You could, since if it's an old friend, you could kind of talk about old memories, of childhood memories maybe. Then you could go on to give quotes of famous people on how they dealt with a similar situation, or it could be talking about whether there is some kind of a behavior pattern, why the depression is kind of striking. So basically you're trying to show empathy and kindness towards the person. Now then you need to talk about what I will hear, because you need to be a listener, right? What I will here, this is important, because you cannot be talking all the time. You need to listen to what the person has to say. So here you will talk about his or her story, because you would allow the person to talk. Then you would, 1 minute, then you would talk about how others are looking at, uh, how others are reacting to the story, right? To the story. And the third and most important is that you could also consult a psychiatrist yourself to understand how to deal with a situation like this. So you could do that if your friend is not in a position where he or she wants to consult anyone else. Then comes the very important point: what I will observe, what I will see. This is very important. It's not just enough to listen, it's also very important to see. Apart from talking and listening, which I have spoken so far, you also need to observe. So you need to observe the friends' body language, whether they are kind of, how they're using their hands, how they're using their feet, everything, shoulder, eyes, everything. Then what is their choice of words? What kind of, are they very upset and using bad language, or are they just breaking down, right? You will also, if you are meeting them at their place, you will look at the environment at their place, कि घर पे atmosphere कैसा है, at home or at their workplace, okay, or their college for that matter. And then finally you will talk about what I will analyze. What I will analyze. This is again important. And that's where you will speak about emotions. Okay. You will talk about concerns. You will talk about, see, it's quite possible that someone who is in a depression is not always very sad. There will be moments where they will feel happy about something. You will talk about pain points. Okay. Pain points, because pain points would be their fears, their negative triggers, everything. So this will be the kind of, it's a slightly complicated thing, but since it had come in one of the pre-board examination papers, I thought I will discuss this with you. Okay. I haven't seen this kind of one coming in the board papers, but I just thought, let me discuss this in general at the same time. Develop a mind mapping frame using your ideas, thoughts, concepts to illustrate the topic. Best source of entertainment. This is from one of the PYQs, previous year question papers. So, best sources of entertainment. Now, how do you make the best sources of? So, when you're talking about entertainment sources, ओके, तो उसमें what are the different things, ये तो आपको मालूम होगा. Movies, then you have television. Now movies also you can divide into this thing, foreign movies. Usme, I mean, I can't make it into Korean and Iranian and English and all that. So foreign movies, then we can make it Hindi, which is one of the biggest market, and then we can make it as regional movies. Okay, television, you can talk about crime shows, because they're also seen as entertainment. You can talk about TV serials, right? आजकल तो न्यूज भी एंटरटेनमेंट की तरह हो गया है, right? Then you have drama, right? On stage, drama also you can speak about, in the auditorium, or you can talk about नुक्कड़ नाटक जो बोलते हैं, street theater. Street theater, you can talk about नुक्कड़ नाटक, or you can talk about, street theater. Then you have, drama, right? On stage, drama also you can speak about, in the auditorium, in the auditorium, or you can talk about नुक्कड़ नाटक जो बोलते हैं, street theater. You can talk about street theater. इन सबको boxes में डाल दो ये okay. Then we come to आजकल सबसे कौन सा है OTT. okay. OTT पे you can just talk about different ones. Amazon, Netflix, Hotstar. You can just name 4 of them. Sony Live. करके okay. Then you will have IPL, which is another source of entertainment. okay. Then you have reading also is an entertainment. You can talk about fiction, non-fiction. okay. Then you can talk about music is another source of entertainment. You can talk about it as live concerts. You can talk about it as simple Spotify ko sun ke you can do it. So you can put all these kind of things so that you will understand how to divide the different entertainment sources. Clear? Great. Let's move ahead to the last one. Develop a mind map using your ideas and concepts to develop the topic proper time management. Now, this is again something which had come in the previous year examination, and it is quite a complicated one. So the first one is proper time management. Okay, that is at the heart of the mind map. Okay, तो उसमें क्या होगा? पहला होगा setting goals. Obviously, अगर आप goals को set नहीं करेंगे, आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि क्या करना है? Now, setting goals में what will be the sub branches? You will have making a to-do list, correct? Right? Then you will have stickers. Then you will have weekly, daily, monthly plan, right? So ये हो गया setting goals का. Then you will talk about how to prioritization, right? Because you will need to know कि किसको priority देनी है, right? So उसमें you will talk about personal work, whether I need to finish off personal work every day or I need to talk about academic work if you're talking about in the context of a student. Okay. और अगर आपको third बनाना है तो professional work भी लिख सकते हैं. Then आता है planning. This is most important. Okay. प्लानिंग में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात होगी टाइम अलॉटेड, कि अगर आपने डिसाइड किया कि ये मेरे पास 10 काम करने हैं तो हर काम को कितना टाइम मैं अलॉट करता हूं. देन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ओके, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में वी विल टॉक अबाउट how to complete each task, the basic how to do each and every work, right? और अगर आप एक टीम में काम करते हैं, then we can talk about task delegation, right? We can talk about task delegation, that to team members, that you will give work to team members, to self, or agar if you're talking about within the family, to family members or to classmates. Then you need to talk about time tracking. It's not just enough to kind of allot time. You need to also track whether you are keeping the time, कि किसको मैंने 2 घंटे का टाइम दिया कि इस घंटे इतने टाइम में you need to finish it, और पता चले कि वो 4 घंटे तक उसने अभी तक शुरू ही नहीं किया. So you need to time track. Then finally the most important one is that of team motivation. Okay, team motivation, especially if you are working in a team, कि ये ना हो कि people don't feel enthusiastic about working. So you need to also talk about team motivation. So this is how you will make a mind map on time management. So I hope with the help of examples this has provided some clarity कि आपको कैसे करना है अगर एग्जाम में माइंड मैप के ऊपर इस तरह का कोई भी प्रश्न आपसे पूछा जाता है. इट्स नॉट वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, इट्स फेयरली सिंपल. यू जस्ट नीड टू एंश्योर जो भी आप वर्ड्स लिखते हैं उसमें कोई स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स ना करें, बिकॉज स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स करेंगे तो आपके मार्क्स कटेंगे, राइट? एंड राइट शॉर्ट 1 or 2 words के बेसिक titles so that it's not written like a sentence. That's very important. You just need to write 1 word out there or max 2 words. Okay, tata, bye bye, thank you very much, god bless you.